Hi Sagittarius, how are you doing? How's your Christmas break been? Whether or not you celebrated, it's fine. I hope that all is well with you. So I am going to be doing a reading for you shortly, but I just wanted to give you an update on the channel before I get into that. So I'm going to be taking a step back from posting readings online, so on the video sharing platforms and on Instagram as well. As I've said to all of the other signs, it's been a decision that it's been on my mind for a very long time. I've had intuitive guidance for quite a while, and I've made sure to give myself plenty of time to feel it out and see if it does feel like the right thing to do, and it does. The message just persisted to take a step back. I have been trusting my intuition a lot more throughout 2024 than I ever have in my entire life. So to be frank, for quite a while, although I got the intuitive message to take a step back, I was kind of like, really, why? And then in the past few weeks, days, it's become more and more apparent, specific reasons to take a step back. So I'm going with the guidance. So it doesn't mean that the channel's going to disappear. The channel and content are still going to be here. I am going to be following my intuition, where if my intuition leads me or guides me to record a reading and post it, then I will. However, there's no plan there whatsoever. I don't know if it will be a short break, a long-term break. I have no idea. I'll just do what I need to do if and when I'm guided to do it. I will be around in the background, which means that if you want to communicate with me for any reason at all, whether it's just to say hi, have a chat, whatever, you can do so. You can do that via the comment section, whether it means that you send me a message now or in the distant future, like a year from now. I will be alerted and I will respond. If I receive messages, I'll be sure to sort of keep an eye on that. You can also communicate with me via email. My email address is still in the description box, and it will remain there for you to contact me if you want to privately. And I'll also be doing personal readings as well. So yeah, I'll be around in the background, just not in the forefront, until I feel called to do whatever I've got to do. There was something else I wanted to say. What was it? I'm going to be shifting my focus a lot more to my personal, well, not just personal, but to my one-to-one, face-to-face, in-person connections, communities, etc. I'm going to shift my attention to that. So thank you very much for your support with the channel, viewing, liking, sharing, subscribing. It's all greatly appreciated. And I think that's it. We're going to get on with your reading. You are the final reading I'm recording for 2024. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. So this reading for you is going to be, as the title says, it's leaving 2024 and going into 2025. So there's a little bit of a timeless feeling to the reading, where it could be relevant just for January. It might be relevant later on in the year. It might be relevant for the whole year. We'll see what comes up and see what happens for you. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, what do we need to know for you? You have flexibility. I thought someone would get this, and I like the fact that you've got it. I don't know why. So you've got the flexibility card there. What do we need to know from the tarot cards for you? I tell you what, Sagittarius, it looks like a horror film outside. I'm facing my window and it's pure fog. I mean, it has been foggy. I think on Christmas evening it was foggy as well. I'm recording this on the 27th and it seems to be getting foggier and foggier for some reason every day. Strange. Right. So what else do we need to know for Sagittarius, please? You've got the Lovers. Okay. And what else? Might be a need to be playful. Wow, I love it. I was going to say there might be a need to be playful because there's dolphins in the Lovers card, and then the Page of Cups shows up, which is a card of playfulness. So I'm deciding. I know the Five of Pentacles fell out first, but okay, yep. Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I don't know if I showed you those, by the way. And one more. Three more, not one more, that's fine. So Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Strength, Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. So in terms of the flexibility, I think I will say there could be something about relationships coming up here with the Lovers being there and then the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to say for at least one person, if you've had a disappointing relationship recently, or if you're currently in a disappointing relationship, you might want to put yourself back out there, to be honest. And that's the flexibility, is just being willing to put yourself back out there. Am I saying that while somebody's in a relationship? Well, it might be that you need to, you might be deciding whether or not that relationship is right for you and that you'd be happier elsewhere. But if you have been disappointed, it might be time to sort of put yourself back out there and find the courage. With the Page of Cups Strength card, have the courage. But again, I said there might be something about being playful. And obviously when you've been through heartache, it can be hard putting yourself back out there. But one of the key things, just because you put yourself back out there doesn't mean you're looking to get married, does it? Sometimes it's just that you want to be playful and just enjoy yourself again. And playful obviously is going to be defined differently for different people. For some, it's just enjoying someone else's company, having a bit of companionship, having a chat, making a new friend. Other people, it is sex. It depends on what you want, but it does look like being playful would be the key here. You do need to have the courage to give yourself new opportunities and to be seen, but the playfulness just seems to be key. And this doesn't just apply to relationships. It can be for anything like jobs. Say if you've had a job loss or something, how can you be playful with a job loss? I don't know, but playfulness seems to be key here. Oh, okay. I think if it was a job loss, it's more about the vulnerability or any experience that's been disappointing and hurt you and you felt rejected. I think it's saying to be willing to be vulnerable again. You've got the Strength card and the Page of Cups. You do have the strength to do it. You might be thinking, oh, well, it's still raw. And obviously 100% follow your own intuition on this. Always follow your own intuition, but you may have more strength than you realize, and there is strength in vulnerability as well, in going for new opportunities after disappointment. What else? There might be something about expectations as well. I feel like saying lighten up on your expectations. I think it's because because the Page of Cups is facing the Strength card, another way of looking at it is there's something where the Strength card could represent rigidity, whereas the Page of Cups is a bit more vulnerable and a bit more open, and it's like the Page of Cups would probably be more flexible than the Strength card would be. So in going for new opportunities and going after whatever it is that you love and desire, you might need to be, as I say, a bit more open, vulnerable, flexible to get a positive result. And the thing is, if you've had disappointing results before, we can become more rigid, can't we? Because it's like, oh, well, I'm not letting that shit happen again. But you can kind of, what's the word? Sabotage. You can sabotage opportunities by being too rigid. So hence why flexibility is needed, or if there's something particular you desire, just being open to it. It can't necessarily or may not necessarily happen exactly the way you want it to happen. Lighten up, loosen up a little bit. This energy could be reversed as well. You might be dealing with someone who needs to be a bit more flexible, to be honest, and the key might be to deal with them in a more playful way if possible. Not saying let them walk all over you and treat you like a doormat in whatever the situation is, whether it is work, family, relationships, whatever. But you may need to, it's like confronting them with playfulness. Maybe that will loosen their arse up a little bit and create a more successful result. Do I see anything else here? I think that's it. Yeah, but don't let rigidity, whatever the situation is, don't let rigidity get in the way of what you want or what you're doing, because it can sabotage you a bit. You need to have that flexibility there. Let me get you a Power of Surrender card. This will give you hints at anything or anything else that you need to release or surrender as you go into 2025. Surrender to complete healing. I'm not a shock with the Five of Pentacles there. So that's that card. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So again, where there's that rigidity, I did say, didn't I, that if you've been through an experience where you got hurt or something, it can make you more rigid. But in order to heal, sometimes it is about opening up again and being a bit more vulnerable. Again, not letting anyone walk all over you or treat you like shit, but just being willing and ready to open up and be a bit more flexible. That can help. And I think, I don't know, I feel the need to point out as well, you know, again, going back to the relationship stuff where it's like, you feel like it's too raw to put yourself out there. Again, trust your own intuition, but we're all mirrors for each other. I think you know this already, don't you? That we are all mirrors for each other. And I know that I am a believer that if you have a heartbreak, you do experience heartbreak from a relationship. You do need a bit of time to yourself and to kind of grieve or do whatever you've got to do. But because we are mirrors to each other, there's only so much you can do by yourself. We learn a lot from our interactions and our relationships and connections with other people in whatever capacity that is. And sometimes maybe it's the case that if you've been through heartache, you do a bit of recovery on your own, and then what will complete the healing is the interactions with someone new or someone different or other people. So that comes into play as well. It doesn't mean throw yourself back in head first and, you know, again, let anyone take advantage of you, but just be aware of the concept of us being mirrors for each other as well. And I'm looking at the reflection in the Lovers card too. Because the mirror, the reflection, reflects back to us what we need to know about ourselves. So that's why it's important. I think that's it. Yes, that is it for you, Sagittarius. So thank you again for all of your support with the channel. Really appreciate it. Again, I'm still here in the background if you want to communicate with me via the comment section, email, or if you want a personal reading. I wish you all the best for 2025, Sagittarius, and take care.